Do you ever go large amounts of time and forget what you're supposed to be doing? Like in life? I will go for days. Like I haven't picked up the camera in like 3 days because I forgot that I do YouTube videos. I used to go months, even years without writing because I would forget I was a music artist. Because I was so caught up in my drug use and sadness that I forgot. I totally forgot what I was even here for. And that's why when I pray in the morning, well, before I went to bed last night, I set my intentions for today, which was to write. And by the time you see this, I should be finished. I've been keeping it secretive, but I'm going to talk about it now because I keep forgetting to finish it. I keep forgetting that I'm writing a book. I'm writing an ebook about how to get your first million views. And right when I was about to finish it, my channel slowed up, so I felt like people would make fun of me for coming out with a book about getting a lot of views when it looks like I don't get a lot of views. But actually, I got 1 million views on my whole entire channel in less than 6 months because of this seminar that I took. And then after I took the seminar, I did this collaboration with about 6 or 7 other creators, and I saw that they had been on, respectfully, they had been on YouTube for a lot longer than me, but they did not have as many subscribers as I did, and they did not have as many views. So I realized that there were just a few key things that I had learned that weren't that hard to do at all that actually turned my channel around literally overnight, and I wanted to share that with people. So I've been keeping it under wraps just because I didn't know if I was going to finish it or not. It takes me a while to finish projects just because I forget that I'm doing them sometimes. And this is what my ex hated about me. He was my boss, actually. I was his main artist on his label, Ghost Strikes Productions. And I would always be like, well, I'm not in the mood to go to the studio. I'm not in the mood to write. Back then, I didn't realize I was bipolar, but it was very hard for me to do things when I wasn't moved to do them, which is why it would be impossible for me to have a record deal. Like, that's just not going to work. And I don't want one. I want freedom. And music is something that I do when I'm inspired to do it. It's not something that you can just make me do. Like, talk. You can't just make me talk when I'm not in the mood to talk. I will just sit there and say nothing. And I feel like that's why there's a lot of decent artists that have a lot of trash music because they were forced to produce when maybe their emotions weren't there. Either way. When I do my morning prayer, I have to set my intentions the night before to write the next day or whatever I want done. Or I'll wake up and I'll forget. I'll get in this routine of like cleaning and watching YouTube, and then it's 5, 6, 7 p.m. and I've forgotten that I was supposed to be productive that day. So I had to remind myself, hey, you're supposed to write today. And I've noticed that reading makes me want to write more. So I read this book when I was younger about Whoopi Goldberg. Was it by her or was it about her? I don't know. Either way, she said that the first thing she does in the morning is read and drink a cup of tea. So I remember reading that when I was like 13. And I was really into Whoopi Goldberg because we had the same birthday. She was born on Friday the 13th. I was born on Friday the 13th. I believe she's a Scorpio as well. But I just used to be very interested in her when I was young. Her and Oprah, because those were the two only strong female black women that I saw being successful in the industry. And I thought that they should be studied. I read a book about them. I read a book about Michael Jackson. I've always been inspired by people's stories, which is why I fell in love with YouTube so much because, wow, so many different people on there talking about their lives, and I thought that was so cool. But when I wake up, the first thing I do other than pray and set my intentions and acknowledge my ancestors and try to center myself so I know where I am. You're not in the dream world. I try to remember my dreams and just get as much as I can out of that and just center myself. When I don't do these things and I'm awakened by like an alarm, I have an appointment, which I should never have an appointment. That throws me totally off for like weeks. Or an alarm or one of the kids waking me up and I diverge from my normal morning routine, I'm gonna go and have a wrong day, which is like going the wrong way about stuff for the day. So I have my set morning, my routine. Come evening, my brain's been hijacked so much by media. It's very hard for me to put my video game down or get out of YouTube. So I found that My evening routine needs to tighten up if I want to remember my dreams, which has become very important to me. So I'm going to settle my evening with some mugwort tea, which really helps with lucid dreaming, and turn everything down and use my eye massager. That usually puts me to sleep. But I have to get out of this thing where I want to hear a story before I go to bed like a child. So since I want to learn Spanish, either I'll put on something Spanish or something like that, something that's different, so that I'm not having the same thoughts and the same patterns as the day before. I read a statistic saying you have 80% of your thoughts are the same thoughts you had from the day before. And I also have this book saying when you do one thing different. So I'm going to try to do that. Say hi, Isis. This is my evil kitty. This is Isis. Say hi, Isis. It's not nice. 11:11 on the clock. I'm actually allergic to my cat. I rarely ever touch her. I'm usually very congested because of my cats. So I don't know if she was surprised when I picked her up. I haven't been wearing a bra lately because my nerve damage in my shoulder from my car accident has been bothering me a lot. I just came off my cycle, so I feel a little weird. I don't feel like I usually feel. Just very dreamy. I still feel like I'm in the dream realm. I don't feel like I'm awake all the way. I need to move my body around, but I want to get a chapter into my book. I could already tell it was rainy before like when I woke up, I could just tell. This is really good. So I'm at the part right before he's about to move Japan, and he moved his Uma and his sister into the new apartment, and he's going to go find his wife in Japan. This is such a good book. How many people write about Japanese culture and urban culture in the ghettos of New York City all in the same book? Sister Soldier, somebody I would really like to meet. I get hair under here, so I have to shave once a week. That is so annoying. Man, I'm glad I don't have a man, because the upkeep is real. Shave this, shave that. Do your hair. No, I don't want to. I'm in my old lady era. I don't mind having a little hair on my legs, on my hind parts every now and then. I do shave down there, but like before it was once a week. Now it's like once a month. I do it when I feel moved to. There's a lot of benefits to being single. Can you believe how much my hair grew back? I was bald a year ago. I just cut all my hair off. I had a manic episode because the apartment we moved in was like teeming with roaches, and I don't live like that. Like that ain't I got the whole neighborhood involved in cleaning up this block. Like, you got me messed up. I'm not living in no dirty ass block. Y'all finna change around here. That's why I need to live in the middle of the woods. I'm not good with living around people. I've been doing some more art. This is Judah's area. He will not give it to me. Here, I've tried to bribe Judah. He will not give me this area to work on, and he refuses to come in here and work on it because he's doing so many other things. This was Judah's, that was Judah's, so I had to draw around it. This is what I did recently. I'm doing all the spirits around the bigger pieces. I have to finish that piece. I still have to conceptualize it. Raja has a habit of starting birds and not finishing them, so I had to do his outline in the yellow. He had started this. I finished it. I did some work over there. I did some waves. And yeah, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. Judah did that because our cat wouldn't come out of the room for 6 months after we got our dog. And that's all me. Judah did this. Raja did the snake, but then I painted it. And this is Pedro. Judah is like crazy about him. He won't even give me this space. It's like, it's a dark spot. Why you won't give me that space? He says he has plans for it. Whatever. So I have to finish around my dragon. I can use all of this space, but then my space stops right there. And then I have another dragon. This whole thing is going to be another dragon eating him. So I've got the dinosaur eating that, and then I've got the big dragon that they're all made out of. Can you kind of see it? It's going to be right here. He's going to be like, Arr. So yeah, I've been struggling with my little paintbrushes because I need a smaller, tinier paintbrush, but that's okay. I'm going to work with what I have. I'm going to cut more pieces off of it because that's what I do. I work with what I have to get what I want. This is my favorite piece. Judah did that. I so feel that. And then that inspired this. Yes. And this, I don't like yellow, but this is glow in the dark paint. See my shark? And Fire did this even though she doesn't remember doing it. And this space I want so bad. I did this and Judah was so mad. He did the eye and stuff like that. He was so mad that and I am too. I shouldn't have done that. But I did it. So, yeah. And then that's my dream whale. Because I have dreams of whales in my dreams, but they're in the sky. They're not in water. A lot of times when I dream about fish, they're not in water. They're in the air. I don't know what's up with that. But a lot of times I'll go to this place and it looks like the basement of a school, but it's this huge ass aquarium. But a lot of the fish are not in tanks, they're in the air. And I always have like labs, and I'm always responsible for a lot of animals and people and stuff like that. So it's like, was there ever a time where I wasn't in a leadership position? Well, let me not complain because I don't want to have to do what people tell me to do. But I'm just saying, leadership positions come with a lot of responsibility. I feel like if I make a mistake, everybody going to die. Because they are. And I have found a new way to be slow. I have been turning the camera on, or thinking I've been turning the camera on and shooting for like 5, 6, 7 minutes just to turn it off and realize that it was never on. Who does that? Do you feel like unkempt and ugly when you're on your cycle? It don't matter. I dress the same all the time, but for some reason when I'm on my cycle, I just feel like I can't get it together. And I'm just at the tail end. Just not comfortable. But whatever. It'll pass. I keep thinking about that thing that I read about the trees, where it said, even the trees don't mind losing their leaves because they understand that change is only for a season. And now I picture that in my head. I picture a barren tree, and the tree never losing faith in spirit because she knows she getting her leaves back in the spring. Is your faith stronger than a tree? I'm just starting to look at believing in God like a game. Since all these tests seem to be tests of faith, and faith is rewarded, then it's like being in a gang, a spiritual game. You feel me? And that's how I look at it when I get tested. Like, yo, I'm loyal. I'm loyal to God, and that matters to me. It's not okay when things go left and you're just like doubtful and irritated. Because if I was God and you were my child and I always got you out of the storm and you always came out better, and you only talked to me when you were stressed out, and every time I sent you a test to see if I could give you more responsibility, you failed because you got scared or went back to things that I had gotten you out of because you didn't have faith in me. I know how it feels when my kids don't have faith in me. I don't like that. I will literally go outside and move a mountain just to prove a point because I don't like when people don't believe in me. Why you doing that? I believe in you. Why you don't believe in me? I can do anything, bro. Why would you tell me I can't do something? I don't like that. So I try to put myself in God's position so I can understand her. You feel me? Some people get triggered when I do that. If I don't get triggered when you say he, you shouldn't get triggered when I say her. Because low-key, I do get triggered because why is everything male-centered and male-led? No, it's giving female. We give life. So most of the time, to me, 95% of the time when I speak about spirit, I speak on the feminine aspect because I'm a female and that's what I connect with. I don't need a man telling me what to do all the time. I don't connect with that. Okay. Sometimes, maybe 5% of the time, I will connect with God as a he, but it don't matter. It's a frequency. What does it matter? Why are you getting all triggered? I thought God was love, so we need to love each other. So if somebody has a difference of opinion, we don't need to get all triggered and upset with each other because we all down here trying to do the best that we can do. You connect with God how you connect with God. I don't tell my kids how to connect with God. I explain my experiences with God. We discuss the ancient texts, but other than that, they have to have their own personal relationship with spirit. I can't tell them what it is. It could be a frog. It could be a rock. It don't matter. It's all spirit. However you get the spirit is how you get the spirit. You feel me? There's no judgment here. And I read in the universal law that even God doesn't judge you. She just waits for you to, it waits for you to learn your lesson. So I don't know where everybody got this from. Only God can judge me. Shout out to Tupac, which I've been listening to a lot of him for the past couple of days for some reason. I must be about to write music because every time I'm about to write a new song, I listen to old school hip hop. So I must be about to write a song. But either way, that was the first time I had read that God does not judge you, that God waits for you to learn your lesson. I like that because who wants to be judged? Nobody. Because at the end of the day, you made me. Don't nobody want to be here. I'm here. I'm trying to do the best I can do. And I've been so grumpy. I don't think it is grumpy. I'll be perfectly fine until people come around me. That's not grumpiness. When you're happy with your own company and people come around you, that's you not wanting to be around other people. I'm perfectly fine when I'm by myself. And I like this era of just me. I'm trying to get to know me on an intimate level. I can't do that if there's people around me telling me what I am and what I should be and what I'm not enough of. Like, I don't need to hear that. I want to find out what I want to be. And I don't need that influence by anybody else. Because the only people I'm going to listen to is my family. When they're around me, it's always, oh, you two this. Oh, you so blah, 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 blah. Oh, my daughter hit me with one of them the other day. Because what was I being? I don't know. I was being right. And she just like, oh, well, you're so. And I'm like, what? I'm so what? I'm so what? She said, see, you so emotional. And I'm in my own house in my own room. You can get out. I don't need you in here telling me I'm emotional. So, I am what I am. Why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Go be with somebody who's not emotional. Matt, you Aquarian, go be by yourself. Y'all the ones with no emotions. We need more Scorpios in this family. And you, why are you in here? Can you find somewhere else to bathe? Lord. She can't find somewhere else to bathe herself other than under my bed. I'm waiting for the turtle to come in here. He thinks he's grown. He been all in the closet in the other room for 2 days. He think I don't know he in there. I went to get the vacuum and all I see is turtle shell. What are you doing in here? But I let him stay. That's where he want to be. That's where he want to be. He like going out there and sneaking in the cat food. I know why he out there. He think he's slick. Him and the cat are always into some hijinks together. You think it's the teenagers, it be the animals. They all on the same bull stuff, trying to irk my last nerve. They not fitting to. It's like I said, he was in there in the cat's food. Stay out of there. He just dropped it out his mouth. That's the cat's food right there. You eat your food. He don't like his new food. I don't give a damn. You gonna eat that all natural stuff that I done bought off Amazon. Don't look at me like that with an attitude. Eat your own food. Now he got attitude. I'm not ordering no other food. He gonna eat that. I don't care. All the other stuff had additives in it. He likes the stuff with the bugs in it. I didn't have the money for that this month. We gonna use ZooMed. This is where I get his medicine from. But he don't like it. It's natural with added vitamins, minerals, and other trace nutrients. Correct fiber, protein, calcium levels for normal growth and proper shell development. No artificial preservative colors or flavors. Yeah, he just like them artificial colors. You're gonna eat your own food. Now he got attitude. See? Attitude. I don't care. You gonna eat your food. Stop letting him eat your food, Isis. That doesn't belong to him. You let that turtle do any daggone thing. Let somebody else go near your food. You'll have a daggone fit. But when it's the turtle, it's okay. It's not okay. You need to discipline him. Stop letting him go in your food bowl. I done changed my clothes 4 different times. Headscarf, no headscarf. Pick the hair, cover the hair. Put on a headband. Change your clothes, change your pants, put on shorts, put pants back on, take the shorts off, put a shirt on, take the bra on, take the bra off. I've determined I'm the problem and I just need some water. I've actually cracked my little this that I got from Rainbow that I love so much. This is the only way I can drink water. And I keep putting it in the freezer and I think I cracked the bottom of it. I'm still using it though because I need it. I forgot to tell y'all. So I'm on this journey of learning how to manage my emotions, right? So when a memory pops up, instead of me going towards an unhealthy distraction or a distraction at all, I actually sit and allow the memory to come and process how I actually feel about it, and then I write about it. So this is me learning how to process my emotions. So the first few days of me doing this, one of the major things that I figured that I was running from and not wanting to deal with was how I feel about my ex-husband. And not even just his death or the fact that he kept trying to kill himself even though he had all these children and all this responsibility and me. I also had a very hard time with how we ended our relationship. Like, it was very tumultuous, and there was a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts, and there were a lot of spiteful things done. And in my heart, I know that he loved me, but I determined last week that he did not love me, and that our relationship, even though it was 20 years long, that it was like this long con and like this manipulation. But one of the things that I came across something in my studying that says the last thing a narcissist will do before they run out of moves is to make you question your whole relationship. And I'm glad I came across that video because that's exactly what I'm doing. And it's like, inside of myself, without the influence of anyone else speaking about our relationship, I know that man loved me. And the way that things ended towards the end of our relationships, the outside looking on, maybe other people think that he didn't, but I know that he did. I know him better than anybody else on this world. And I don't want to be viewed as one of these, like, I don't want to be viewed as a bitter ex-wife, because I'm too grateful for our relationship to be bitter. Like, I'm not bitter. I was bitter during our divorce because I was being treated, because I feel like he was trying to make it seem like the new girl who was not on my level, was trying to put her in my position where she didn't deserve to be and nobody wanted her and she was not able to fill the place. Like, nobody wants to feel like they're being replaced. I was bitter then, but I'm not bitter now. I'm grateful that he's gone because him being alive was so stressful. It's I feel two ways about it. I'm sad that he's gone, but I'm also glad that he's gone because when he was gone, all he did was cause everybody stress and like nobody was safe spiritually or even like in any way possible. All he did was like really cause everybody a lot of anxiety and put everybody in danger because of the type of person he was and the things that he did. So it's a relief that he's gone, but it's also sad that he's gone because when something went left, he would always be there. Like, no matter if I cussed him out today, if there was an emergency tomorrow, I could always call him. But a lot of the emergencies were because of him. So you the solution, but you also the problem. So you gotta get rid of. You gotta go. But looking back on our relationship from an outside view, like if I was someone else and I looked at the way he treated me, I would say that this man did not love me and that he abused me and used me, all of us, and that it was a toxic relationship. From the outside looking in, if somebody treated my daughter the way he treated me, they would be a dead man. And he is. So all of those put together, sometimes I feel like my God and my ancestor wanted him removed from our lives because we are thriving now with him being gone. But it's like, am I trauma bonded to this person? Like, I love this. I loved him more than I loved myself, God, anybody. I loved this man. Like, I gave him 6 kids. I gave up my career. I gave up my life. I gave up my schooling. I gave up everything. And my love was not reciprocated in the way that it should have been, I believe. And it's like now, when I talk about him, I feel weird. Like, am I supposed to be grieving him because he did so many bad things to me? It's like when I go to tell my kids a story, like just now I was like, oh, I remember the first time I tried to make your dad a steak and I messed it up. They love hearing these stories, but like inside of myself, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to figure out, are you being a bitch by grieving somebody and having good memories to somebody that hurt you? Because it wasn't all bad. So I don't know how to feel about. I'm gonna talk to my therapist about that. I'm not sure how I feel about it. And see, if I were somebody else, I would have like a friend or a mom or a cousin to call and ask them. And I guess how they feel about it would be how I felt about it. And that's why I benefit from not having relationships, because instead of running to somebody for them to tell me how I feel about this, I really got to sit down with just me and God and just figure out how I feel about this. And like how I feel about it without anybody on the outside telling me how I feel. Because I don't know how I feel. That's how I feel. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I'm ever going to know how I feel. Thank God for music and art, because I feel like through music, me writing a song about this will help me feel out how I feel about it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go find a beat and I'm going to find, like, I'm about to spend all my money on music. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm not buying anything for myself that's not music. I'm going to get these eyebrows done every 3 months. But other than that, I'm spending all my music on, because I have to. I have to get this out of me. And that's the only way I'm going to be able to figure it out. That's the only way it makes sense, because I need instruments and tones. I need frequency to inspire me to express how I feel. Like, I can't just talk about it. Like, I need movement and sound and words and frequency. That is why I named my company Masters of Fate Music, a mixed media company, because I need all media. I need to be able to move. I need to be able to show. I need to be able to do. I need to be able to feel. I need to use all of those media to express myself. Music ain't enough. It's got to be visual. It's got to be physical. It's got to be frequency. Everything's energy in real life. I'm glad that I have this outlet to be able to figure things out, because this isn't just like a thing that I do or a job for me. This is my life. These videos and showing up every day, expressing the things that I feel, finding out how I feel by expressing those things to you, being in a space where I have to keep up with my studies or I won't have anything to talk about. Like, this has changed my life, and it's so much more than just making a video. It's so much more, and it's really helped me heal on a very deep level, and I'm so grateful for this space. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for the people that I talk to every day that share their lives with me. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart, And thank you for being here with me in Fury World. If you'd like to check out my music, it's available on all music streaming platforms worldwide under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss. I appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.